from Hello Happy here. I thought it would be fun to do a little book roundup because I don't just crochet, I do all kinds of other things, including read books. Some months I read more or less depending on whether I'm in the mood or not. So I'm just going to do a roundup of everything I read in October and talk about it because I'm a multifaceted human being. I can do that. Looking at my Libby timeline, here is everything that I read and finished. So I've got The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Sorry if I pronounce any names wrong. I'm not going to look them up. I'm sorry, okay? One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. The Wall of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. And Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. On the last day of October, I borrowed the Atlas 6. I'm actually still reading it. This has been a pretty slow reading month because I have been addicted to playing The Sims instead. So, I will just talk about the ones I finished or dropped or what have you. I can't remember the first two books well at all. And in fact, I'm not even sure if I read Ninth House. Like, I have no memory of reading Ninth House, which is not high praise. I might have dropped it. I know that I read One Dark Window, and I know that I thought it was okay, but I don't really remember anything about it either. So I'm gonna have to read some synopsises just so I can make this video. That's so embarrassing. I literally can't remember even reading Ninth House. Maybe I dropped it. I'm gonna find out. Okay, so I can confirm I dropped Ninth House. I can't remember why, but my Google search for Ninth House was, like the autofill was Ninth House space racist. So I'm guessing it was, I'm gonna go ahead and not recommend Ninth House. I trust past Lisa. She was probably right. So I read the synopsis for One Dark Window, and now I can remember. I read it, and I actually did rate it 3 out of 5, and I didn't think it was that good, and I didn't really feel compelled to read the next one. Like, I'm curious about where it goes, but I thought the writing was okay. I didn't think the characters were all that interesting. This is not a very interesting review either. Like, it's okay. This is a 3 out of 5 video. That's fine. I'm not very good at expressing my thoughts into words. Plus, when you can barely remember the book you apparently read less than a month ago, it just doesn't... it says a lot about how much you personally liked it. So, I know a lot of people have this series as like one of their all-time favorites. Maybe it gets more interesting as it goes, or maybe it just was never gonna suck me in. I don't know. It wasn't bad though. Like, I definitely wouldn't like dissuade anyone from reading it. It might be like your thing, but I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was really that like unique, or I mean, like, it doesn't have to be unique. It's just like, I don't know. You know what? I'm just rambling. It was fine. After that, I got The Well of Ascension, and you're like, wow, how did you read all of these books, including The Well of Ascension, in October? That's because I dropped it. I didn't really love Mistborn. I thought the ending was interesting. I thought the relationship the main character developed with that boy was interesting. I hated the magic. I thought it was stupid. Every single fight scene, I could literally see this man at his computer typing these up, like clicking back and forth from his own like Excel spreadsheet on how his own magic system worked. It was so convoluted and stupid. I'm sorry. I think it was bad. And the whole book, like, you read it and you can tell it was written by a man. It was just so shallow. All of the characters had no depth. It was such a man book. I'm sorry. Mistborn was the only book so far I've read by Brandon Sanderson. I was not impressed. And after, I think, 2 chapters of The Well of Ascension, I dropped it because it skips forward a year, by the way. Like, this isn't a spoiler. The book literally starts and you skip forward, like, a whole year. And, like, there's been all this, like, character development and stuff that obviously happened off page. And it's like, well, there goes what I was looking forward to reading about, so goodbye. Personally, if you did not like the first one, I can't recommend the second one. Did I read it? No, but I read enough of it. it's not for me. I just, you know what, women are better at writing. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so next was Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. This is number 2 in her, was the first one Legendborn series. It was fun. It was really fun. If you don't know anything about this series, it is basically about the descendants of Arthur Pendragon and his round table of knights in North Carolina, in the USA. If that does not explain to you how silly the premise of this book series is, but it's fun. I would recommend reading this series if you enjoy silly, goofy YA plots. Also, there's 2 boys. One is like handsome sports boy, like got it all, like everyone wants to be him or be with him, and the other boy is grumpy emo. So it's got both flavors. Very typical YA in that sense. It's like sort of a love triangle, sort of not exactly a love triangle. I mean, I feel like I know how it's gonna end. I could be completely wrong. That would be fun if I was wrong. The second book did do things I was not expecting, so I could be completely wrong about how it's gonna end, but I will have fun getting there. Third book comes out in January, I believe, so I will definitely get on the wait list for that on Libby. And the final book of October was Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and this book was really nice, but also ended up being a disappointment. So I basically always go into books like blind. If somebody I like a book reviewer, like says that they liked a book, I just add it to my holds list on Libby. Or likewise, if I suddenly see a bunch of people talking about it on social media, I'll just add it. Nobody's opinion is gonna match mine like perfectly, so it doesn't, I'm just gonna read whatever book people seem to like. So I knew it was a series, but I did not know each book was a standalone. So that's the part that was the most disappointing, because I really liked the couple in Half a Soul. They were so cute. It was very Howell and Sophie, by the way, but it's only one book. Now there is like a prequel book about him, like way before he meets the girl, but like I don't care about that. But that's not the only way it was disappointing. The ending was very sudden and abrupt, and conveniently just like tied everything up with a little bow, which I mean, that's not a terrible thing, that last part, but like, I don't know, it just ended so quick after so much, like, there was quite a bit of like angst and pining and a little bit of suffering, and then suddenly it was over conveniently. I just felt rushed. I feel like I didn't get enough. I feel like I just needed more chapters. I needed more chapters of conflict before it just all better. But I still remember it really well because I really liked the 2 main characters, plus I really liked the side characters as well. It's just a bummer that it's only the one book. If you're the type of person who likes a one and done though, go for this one, but I really like the series. I like to stay with characters for a while. I like to see them really, really suffer, because I'm a monster. So that was my book roundup from October. If you dug that, I'm gonna try and do one every month for the previous month. So subscribe for that. And if you didn't like it, too bad. You'll just have to ignore them every time I put one out, like the whole once a month. I'm done yapping now. Bye.